All right, I want to just start this talk by saying this is for entertainment purposes only. Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on in our country right now is an absolute disgrace. This country needs to stand up and it needs to fight back. When I say fight, I do not mean violence. I mean standing up for our rights. Our rights are being eroded. The law is so complicated in this country. There are so many that you are virtually living, we are all living, in a police state at this point. This is absolute insanity. The fact that people have been able to deal with this for over a year is nuts. I understand with everything going on right now that the world is just in shambles and maybe your world is just upside down. You see that the government does not care about you, and the establishment is running this thing with the nos on. This is a tragedy that's happening to our country right now. The last thing that they want is for us to unite. It's very clear what's going on at this point. We live in an oligarchy. This is not a republic. This isn't even a democracy. This is where we live. This is just tragic. And I really hope a lot of you have woken up. Because I just feel like I'm going nuts. I'm just wondering where everyone else is. We've been dealing with this pandemic for over a year. The government has made it abundantly clear, even super clear in some states, with just about what they think of us. Where they will literally send COOF infected patients into nursing homes. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, you know, YouTube 1984. So everything is just at a point where reach is being throttled. Messages of freedom are put to the back. Our Supreme Court refuses to take up any cases or any ones of meaning. Everything's compromised at this point in the American government. Everything. Every level. Does this country look more like the United States? Or does this country look a lot more like China? We are losing our freedom. We are losing our freedom. Where are the patriots? Where are the men? This is our land. This is our people. This is our fathers and our forefathers. This is our land. We need to defend it from all enemies, foreign and domestic. This is a joke. This is an utter joke. This country is fat, obese, stupid, low IQ morons. A majority of this country are sheep. As long as you give them their streaming service, they don't care. They do not care. During the Revolutionary War, in a historical context, only about 3% of the people actually fought. Thomas Jefferson himself said, all it takes is an emphatic, small minority. That's all it takes. Everything going on right now in terms of race relations in America is mind-blowing. I don't know if it's a foreign government. I don't know if it's our own government. I don't know what's going on. Time magazine said a secret cabal of high-level businessmen and activists worked in tandem to fortify an election, according to Time magazine. So, I don't know. I don't know. It's a, yeah, man, guys, it's a tragedy. It's a tragedy. And I feel like everyone's asleep at the wheel. What is with all of these influencers? You listen to these people who have been talking for so long about the corruption in our government. You know, the best leaders were actually forced into their positions because most people don't want that. Most people just want freedom. So the people force that person into that position of power because they know he's the best one for the job. So who are those people? Who are those other people that want to stand up and stand out and be free? That could be you. You could be that beacon. You want a purpose in life? It's kind of ironic because for those of you who are interested in the occult, a lot of these things these people are doing just completely aligns with Satanism and Luciferianism. Everything. Everything they do is by the letter of Lucifer. It's the left-hand path. You know, the ends justify the means. So, God knows what this government's doing to us. I mean, I'm not going to speculate about anything, but what's going on in Texas is nuts. Why did just that area get affected? Now, I'm not throwing anything out there. Do your due diligence and do your own research, but China's talking about by 2025 being able to control their own weather. Texas has its own power grid. The federal government wants Texas on their power grid. Texas says no. So this whole thing happens, and it's just the Texas area that was affected. I'm just throwing it out there. That's some weird stuff. They're trying to combine power. They want to bring Texas into the mix, but Texas really is, I mean, one of the last states that says, I'm going to go down fighting. So it's pretty obvious why they're targeting Texas. It's pretty obvious why the media is targeting Florida and West Virginia and Missouri. The free states. That's the thing. Do we want to be a free state? We need to put the power back into the hands of the people. I don't know what these nutcases are doing with this entire reset. Some might just call it a great one. More censorship, guys. Either way, I think we need to get ourselves to a point where this country can just stand up. This is our land. This is everything that we have been given. We can't just give it away to tyrants. We have to stand up. Now, that could be just as little as just voicing your opinion and letting people know that it's okay to talk like this. That's okay to be free. They are trying to get us to a point where we are censoring ourselves so much that people don't actually know what other people are thinking. The doublespeak is nuts. The fact people still believe in the mainstream media is shocking. It shocks me when I come to see that people actually believe the things that are coming out of the TV. CIA, FBI, NSA, Pentagon, the whole 9 yards. Plus, all of this media is run by corporations. So they're going to do what's in their best interest. So, I don't know. Things are getting nuts. I don't really know what's going on in terms of politics. Trump is apparently supposed to show up at CPAC. And his biggest flaw, the biggest flaw with Trump was he just, I mean, God knows what they had on that guy. That dude was a party boy for a very long time. There's a snowboard story where him and his wife go up snowboarding together, and he brings his girlfriend as well. So that dude was a bit of a player. So you can guarantee they got some dirt on that guy, which is unfortunately the major Achilles heel. Yeah, I mean, the attacks these people won't do is insane. The last president just went 4 years. We just went 4 years of people believing that the current president of the United States was an asset to Russia, and the mainstream media blasted that at the American people for 3+ years. None of that was ever true. It's just shocking. You don't think when the most powerful people on the planet are going into a position such as this and being an outsider and actually winning a legit election? Unreal. Absolutely unreal. I mean, the Supreme Court decision that just came down the line is nuts. They didn't even take up the case. Justice Clarence Thomas, the lone outcast, saying no and standing up for the people. What did the rest of the Supreme Court do? Bent the knee. They pushed out like this new Supreme Court justice and Amy Coney Barrett was going to be this wonderful Catholic Supreme Court person. And what ends up happening is she's saying that people in sorry guys, I'm trying to fix my volume. She's trying to say that people in California, the science quite isn't in yet if they should be allowed to sing at church. And she's a Catholic girl? Huh? What, Catholic of the Antichrist? Jesus. I don't know what's going on, guys. It's just so weird. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. How exactly should we move forward? How exactly should the American people come together? We are currently living in an oligarchy, a techno state, a fascist techno state. Yeah, I don't know. It's rough. So just the lowdown on me, like, what I'm personally going to do is I'm just going to continue to put out the message of freedom. I'm going to just continue posting videos in hopes that other people can understand the dire straits that the American public is in. I'm looking for truth seekers and people that actually want to talk truth. So, yeah, I mean, share yourself, because the world is in such turmoil right now, and people need to come together. So we're gonna get through this. I would just start planning to have families, guys. Just start planning to have families if you don't have a family yet, because they're trying to like depopulize the world right now. Elon Musk, as well as Jack Ma, said that the biggest problem in 20 years is that there's going to be way less people. So they're not even talking about population increase. They're talking about population going down. So that's another indicator. I mean, things are just nuts. There's been assets that have been coming out of the CDC as well as the federal government making comments as to the origins of the COOF. And yeah, I mean, if you do your research, it's nuts. It's crazy. Kind of funny because I posted a video about it when it was, when it was happening. And yeah, I called it probably like 6 or 7 or 8 months before. So I had a pretty good grip on what was going on. I had some decent sources, and yeah, it's been nice, but I want to get on the ground. I want to actually get out there and actually find out the answers, For those of you who don't follow Project Veritas, they're fantastic, and they're just showing the truth, and they do a great job. And we just need more people like that are willing to show the truth. You see the things that are coming out of Coca-Cola right now, like be less white. Like, holy crap. The attack on the white race in America right now is absolutely disgusting. The fact people don't call this out as racism is nuts. You have to call it out at every single turn, because this stuff turns deadly. We're living in a country where whites are going to be a minority. So people just need to think about that. Like, I don't even care. Like race mixing is totally, it's America. Like, I don't really care. I just want a country where we have freedom. That's the thing. It's like, the Constitution is amazing. It's a great document. And it really does. Like, if you read Benjamin Franklin and Thomas Jefferson and George Washington, you learn about the Constitution and just how precious this document is. And we need to hold on to that Constitution. Because right now, America is under duress. So, I just don't want to look like China. It looks like China for the next 100 years is probably going to be running the show. The US dollar is printing out of control. I have no idea what the Fed is doing. They're basically trying to do corrective action to make it so that the dollar goes into hyperinflation. I don't even know why. I have no idea why. They're talking about Bitcoin. I'm not a financial analyst. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. This is not legal advice, but I've doubled my money on Bitcoin. So I don't know what to say. And the funny thing is like, it's crashing right now, which is funny because they're just about to print $3 trillion more dollars. So where are you going to put your faith? You're going to put your faith in the US dollar, which, look at this place right now. We're living in a techno-fascist state. Or are you going to put your money on something that, actually might exist in the future? So that's just the way I look at it. There's a funny meme about it that really kind of shook me. And he said, it's Neo. He's like, oh my God, with one Bitcoin, I'll be able to buy, I'll be able to get $1 million. And then Morpheus looks to him and he says, when you have one Bitcoin, you won't even need the $1 million. And then it's just like, I mean, think about it. This is the first digital currency that's been created by people, and there's a finite amount of it, right? So you always see it in like video games. You also see it in movies and sci-fi and stuff like that. People don't pay with dollars. Like, what the heck's a dollar? You pay with like credits, right? Or you pay with coins, right? So this is Bitcoin. So credits, coins, that's what they're going to call it. And that's why, I mean, they're trying to roll out like a social credit score in China. Like, this stuff is nuts. They're changing weather patterns. They're saying that by 2025, they're going to be able to create their own weather. Like, man, these people are Luciferian as heck. It's crazy. They just do, I mean, everything they do. Man, it's just nuts. They want to be walking gods. Like, the idea of like a Luciferian is like the first rebel against God, saying, it's man like standing up to God and saying no, like, picking himself over God. That's the left-hand path. The right-hand path is you go with God. So, I'm of the actual mindset that life really is just putting your two hands together and doing the left and right-hand path. the balanced path, kind of like a tightrope. I think that is the perfect harmony of man. If you were to look back to the Renaissance and stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, things are getting nuts, guys. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think we should do for the future of this country, and basically where we can just go and get our country back. There's enough of us. It doesn't even have to be violent. I'm pretty sure we should be the torchbearers of our own destiny. So if you're with that type of message, go down below, like, subscribe, share, and of course leave a comment on this clown world that is the United States of America. I'll see you guys in the next one. Love ya. Peace. Coltrane. Choo-choo! Yeah. We're gonna get through this, guys, and just keep taking those red pills. Love ya.